Have you ever heard the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Welcome to another video. Today we are playing live with Pure Ghotis and the Duelist Cup, or whatever it's called, the World Championship. And we're just playing a couple fun games, using everything we learned with the Ghotis to see if Pure Ghotis really got what it takes to compete. If you like Pure Ghotis, and if you like live gameplay, let me know down in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll have more content like this in the future. Opponent, go in first. What are you up to, opponent? Playing Cyburst. This is probably MathMech. So we're going to see MathMech plays. We got evenly matched. Now MathMech usually sets up a negate. I am assuming this is MathMech. We'll see. Could be other Cyburst decks. But yeah, there we go, MathMechs. Okay. So MathMechs are going to wombo combo. They're going to set their MathMech trap. And they're going to be able to have a negate, and they're going to pop a card at random in our hand. So we're going to go to battle, use our evenly matched, which might actually do nothing against them. So we'll see. We will see. MathMech's actually kind of a difficult matchup for this deck because we are tuned to beat go wide decks, and a tower deck like MathMech that makes one big boss with negates is a little bit harder to deal with. Kind of need a kaiju outs to deal with that. There's a super factorial trap. So opponent will summon more MathMechs. We will see if we can power through. Popping random cards in the hand is quite difficult to deal with though, especially going second. Now I always say the secret to winning in Yu-Gi-Oh is to go first. That is the most powerful play, to go first, because you get to set up your board, and if your opponent has no hand traps, it's a free-for-all. Opponent, will you do anything spicy is the real question. Sometimes MathMechs do things that you don't expect, but generally they do their MathMech play where they summon their Laplacian. Where is it? We should look at the related cards where our opponent's thinking. They're going to get this Laplacian. It's going to get summoned. They get to choose these things. Send a random card to the graveyard from our opponent's hand. Send a monster to the graveyard and send a spell they control the graveyard. Now they're only going to get the hand mode, so they may activate it also on their turn too. We shall see. Alimbertion. Going to add a MathMech card. I have seen the MathMechs do it twice. I've seen them summon Laplacian on their turn and then summon it again on our turn, making you discard 2 random cards, which I used to do to people all the time with my Mullen Glacius, so maybe I shouldn't be so rude to them. They're just doing what it takes to win. Discarding random cards from Telements though is quite bad, so maybe they won't do it in the standby phase. Opponent, summon in their MathMechs. And what plays do we have? Supe Duskwalker can discard the Shift to go into a level 6 synchro. And we have Lifeless Leaffish to send a Shift to the graveyard if that gets negated. So we do have some setup plays. Wouldn't mind drawing another extender, but we shall see. We shall see what the opponent does. At the end of this video, I will have the full deck list. And because the live games take so long, I'll only show one live game, and then I'll show some replays. So we should get through a bunch of games, and then you'll see the spicy deck list at the end. See how you like Ghotis. If you want to play them yourself in the Duelist Cup, opponent going into Splash Mage. Going to resummon a Cyberse monster from the graveyard, probably. Doubling the attack of their Splash Mage, probably not relevant. Summoning another card. And are they going to go into the Salamangreat that draws a card every turn? That is a typical MathMech play. MathMech. Now, all these MathMechs with their math names just remind me of school. And that's why I don't like this deck. I don't want to do math. What the? Topologic Zero Boros. Alright, I haven't seen this before. This is some spice. This is what I said. Sometimes they do things that you don't expect. While this monster is on the field, banish all cards on the field once per turn during the standby phase. The next turn, after this card was banished by own effect, special summon this card. I don't know if this does anything. What does this do? If a monster is special summoned to a Link Zone while this card is on the field, banish all cards on the field. Ooh, very clever. Very clever. So opponent, with their MathMech, can activate their MathMech and banish cards on the field. So you know what? Looks like we're doing evenly matched things. Main phase 2. Evenly matched. Ooh, and Call by the Grave actually can stop the Super Factorial. by banishing one of the targets. Ooh, this has actually turned out to be a quite good hand. So let's clear out one of our opponent's cards. Probably they're gonna keep the trap and dump the zero Boros. Evenly matched, coming in clutched as usual. This is why you don't do spice, opponent. See, you try and do spice and you get hurt. You get burned by the fish. Alright, so our play here, we're gonna Supe Duskwalker, dumping the Shift. Opponent's gonna activate their Math Mech. We're gonna call by the grave. And we'll take it from there. We could even go into a level 8 synchro during our turn, which might be the play. We'll see what happens. We shall see what happens next. Special summon a monster. Get that Supe. Opponent, thinking. Immediately going for the Super Factorial. Targeting. Gotta pay attention to where they target. We don't want to miss. Special summon them. But their effects are negated. Gotta make the targets. There we go. Targeting the Math Mechs, alright. Call by. Which Math Mech is the most frightening? One of them gives the monster a negate, I believe. Alright. Bearing that, once per turn, when your opponent activates a card, Math Mech's XYZ summon gains this effect. Once per turn, the special summon monster can negate. Yeah, we're gonna banish the diameter. Banish the diameter because it gives the XZ a negate. So now they're forced to make an XZ2. Can't make the Laplation, they gotta make that another Allenbert, and they won't have any negates. Circular, and addition, summoning. Oh, they don't have another one! They don't have another one! Love to see it. Alright. One doesn't have a second one. So, yeah, we got a Shift in the graveyard, so let's just banish Paces. Banish Paces will have both our fish plays on our opponent's turn. And we could just go into a Synchro 8 here. Synchro 8. Azcan. Banish. Opponent kind of has nothing. I kind of want to... I do want to clear their field though. I don't want to leave them with stuff. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Baron. And Baron will be pretty good. Yep. So here's how we do it. We summon Zep. We're going to activate the Shift now, because otherwise it will not be banished and resummon itself during our opponent's turn. Gotta be careful. We do have a fish in hand. I think we'll be okay. Yep. So target our Ampos, and then we will show you how to go into a 10. With an 8 synchro, you go into a 10. We could also make Big Chungus. Let's get our search with Ariampos. Banish the Ariampos. Activate the effect of the Excel to resummon the Zep from the graveyard. Resummon the Zep. Let's turn 8 into a 10. Ariampos, search. Yes. Add. And we're going to add the Snopios here, so we can do plays during our opponent's turn. We'll have a fish in the graveyard. No, we are not going to use its effect to Synchro Summon a fish. We're going to just Synchro Summon all normal like. Opponent, do you have a Nibiru? Opponent activating, oh, bit late, throw in Lockbird. Not going to do anything to us. Now, we could activate this on the opponent's turn to make our Synchro monsters unaffected by activated effects. But I think we want to go straight into the Baron, pop one of their monsters, and then have that negate up. So we don't need to do this, but we got it. We got it as an option. Might even be worth, if you're playing this deck, cutting the Stardust Dragon, because I haven't actually used it on the opponent's turn at all. I'm kind of just using it to flex, showing off my Stardust Dragon. All right, a Baron. Baron on the field. Let's pop one of these Math Mechs. Target a face-up monster, just making sure they don't have graveyard effects. You can send a Math Mech from your deck to your graveyard, special summon this. Yeah, we'll pop the circular. We're getting both our fish back. We got the Sneak on in Snopios. We got the negate with Baron. Opponent. What do you got? Toggle on here. Gotta make sure not to waste my Baron negate. Shift come back. Now the greatest thing to happen would be our opponent activates an effect we want to negate in the standby phase. Then we can use Baron's effect to summon a fish from our graveyard and have a synchro place. That would be cool. Get an 8 from the graveyard, alright. Nope. Opponent, your go. We got Sneak on in Snopios. We got a fish in hand to banish. Opponent activating effect in the graveyard to summon Math Mech Sigma. I think we allow this. If they make an XC, I mean they could make Baguska maybe. But then what are they doing? Holding Baguska for 2 turns? I doubt they have Baguska. Let's not worry about Baguska. Hold our Bra negate for something important. If they XZ something, we can just negate and destroy it. They could go into a Synchro. This is a tuner. They could go into Synchro 8 here. That's probably fine. What Synchro 8 are they going to make? Hold Baron. Probably want to sneak this Snopios into the field though. Sneak on in Snopios. Opponent giving up. Love to see it. We had so much interaction though. If opponent managed to get through our Baron negate, we had Snopios and we could go into an 8, banish, and then wipe the whole field with Go to the Deep Beyond. I think that's too much value for the opponent. Ghoti's coming in clutch, beating Math Mechs. Let's go. On to the next game. Alright, since I showed you the live game, I'm going to show you a bunch of recorded games from the tournament so far with the Ghotis. And honestly, Ghoti's performing very well, pure Ghotis. You saw, they can win going second, they can win going first. Although they definitely need to help us in going second cards to do well going second. But their going first plays are pretty powerful, letting us banish the opponent's entire field. Saw right there. We, Beautiful got Paces, Paces banished itself, summon the Leaf Fish, banish our shift from the graveyard opponent. Playing Despia. Now, that Edge Imp Chain in the graveyard, we're going to banish, stop them from getting polymerization. That'll let them make a Guardian Chimera we don't really want to see. So, negate that. Negate that Edge Imp Chain. Opponent. Call by the Grave only usually useful against hand traps in Despia, so that's why I feel comfortable using it there. Opponent, Brand of Fusion. Alright, now you got to think about when you activate Brand of Fusion, how things are going to resolve. So we're going to activate Shift now, make Arion Post, banish the Zep, and then Zep will come back to the field. By the time the Mirror Jade's there, we'll be able to banish the Mirror Jade. Opponent. Summoning the Lubellion. Arion Post on the field. Where's that Lubellion opponent? Oh no. This is the nonsense. The opponent making Lubellion. Our Zep's going to come back, and opponent has Ido here. Ido is part of a janky combo where they try and summon Ido to your field, and it says you can't summon monsters. So opponent's trying to jank us out. Let's activate our Arion Post, banish the Zep, and opponent choosing not to activate the Lubellion to make Mirror Jade because they saw that it was going to get banished by the Zep. That is a smart play. Opponent knows how the fish work. Or maybe they know how the fish work. Maybe we shouldn't give them too much credit. Alright. Azcan banish. Arion Post. Get us the Snopios. Azcan come back to the field. And now we can activate to summon Go to the Deep Beyond, but opponent summoning Fallen of Albaz. Fallen of Albaz does not target. When it's summoned, they can discard a card to fusion summon using monsters on either field. That means they're going to use our Azcan to make the Mirror Jade. Very unfortunate. Now if we activate Paces and Synchro Summon, the Go to the Deep Beyond will be on the field when this effect resolves, and then they'll use our Deep Beyond to make the Mirror Jade, so we're just going to leave the Paces on field here. Opponent making the Mirror Jade. And immediately activating to banish the Paces. Okay, So Paces is going to come back. Shift is going to come back. Opponent going to battle. I should not activate Snopios here. This is a bit of a mistake. I should just leave Snopios in hand, take the 3,000 damage. But I am worried about that Ido. Definitely should not activate here. Opponent going to battle phase. I forgot about the battle phase. In my defense, I forgot about the battle phase. Opponent popping Snopios. Bit of a wasted Snopios right there. Opponent's Albion activating, getting Brandon and red on field. Okay. Back to our turn. Now we have no Snopios. This Ido is going to come back. Opponent's going to tribute their Mirror Jade. We're going to get our... Yeah, they're going to do it before we get our fishes. So our fishes are going to be trapped in the ocean. Oh, and they're stealing our Azcan too. Brand Expulsion, giving us the Ido, and giving themselves the Azcan. But opponent, do they have to summon them in attack mode? No, they summoned it in attack mode. That is a big mistake. So, okay, if you're playing this combo deck, summon the Ido in defense, because they summoned in attack and they gave themselves a bigger monster. We can just crash, pop the Ido, and now we are no longer locked. Opponent, I don't think that's how that combo is supposed to be done. Now that we are free, let's Supe. Supe activate. Now Supe locks us into Synchros, so we can't use the Ready Fusion this turn. I could have used Resi Fusion to get a level 2, and then Synchro 2, Synchro 8, but I am a little bit worried our opponent activating this Guardian Chimeraing, so I don't want to waste my Ready Fusion. Arion Post activate. Opponent, Fairy Tail Snow in the graveyard. Using our Azcan, that is going to trigger the Azcan opponent. Ooh, opponent, maybe they don't know about fish after all. Fairy Tail Snow. We're going to banish the Paces. Azcan going to banish the Snopios. Opponent flipping. Our Arion Post face down. Azcan going to come back. Snopios going to come back to hand, banishing the Shift and opponent. Our fishies are coming back during your turn. You are running out of cards. Shift come back. Pace is coming back. Opponent activating Frightfur Patchwork to search for a polymerization. They're going to try and make Guardian Chimera. Let's activate right now. Banish all cards from the field. Opponent, have you heard of the Deep Beyond? Well, you're about to. We're about to banish it all. Banish the field. Again, that Edgem chain to hand, so they have 3 monsters to activate. Brandon in red, adding that Albion back to hand. Opponent, do you know how chain orders work? This Ghoti the Deep Beyond is already activated. If you fusion summon, your monster will be banished and its effect won't activate. Opponent doesn't care. Going for the Guardian Chimera. Ghoti the Deep Beyond, banish everything. Opponent's last card, polymerization, nothing to fuse with. Back to our turn. Ghoti the Deep Beyond comes back. He is chunky. 9,000 attack. Going down to 8,500. You know what? That is more than enough. Let's get in for lethal pure Ghoti. Beaten, branded. Branded jank combo. Let's go on to the next game. We are going first. Let's Ghoti it up. Lifeless Leaf Fish, then shift to the graveyard. Activate the shift. Banish itself. Pass, and that's it. That's all you need. We got Sneak On in Snopios to summon the Zep. Opponent, activating Maxi. Let's Ash Blossom negate. I'm only running 1 Ash Blossom in this deck. That's all you need. You just draw it when you need it. Konami will bless you if you played the fish. Opponent, summoning Gozuki and a Ghost Lancer. We are going to immediately Synchro Summon Arion Post. Banish Paces. Activate Snopios. Banishing the Zep from our hand and the Shift from the graveyard. And we're going to target that Gozuki. Gozuki has a graveyard effect. If they link it off, if they somehow send it to the graveyard, now it'll get banished instead. They won't be able to activate that graveyard effect to special summon a zombie monster. Taking advantage of Snopios. Snopios, a very, very interesting effect. Can target itself, can target other things. Let's Synchro Summon. Make that Azcan. Search for a fish. Azcan, banish the Ghost Lancer. Leave opponent with only this extremely vulnerable Gozuki. Azcan, gonna come back by banishing a Lifeless Leaf Fish from the graveyard. We search for Abyss Struck with the Arion Post effect. Opponent sending a zombie to the graveyard, going to battle, ending the turn. They sent a sneaky Ulgul to the graveyard. I'll have to pay attention to that. Shift comeback. Opponent activating. Enma's Judgment. When your opponent special summons a monster, destroy it. That is very rude. Pace's comeback. We got all the fish we need. Let's make Baron. Activate Baron's pop. It's not going to get popped. This Algol is going to protect it and summon itself back to the field. Let's activate Paces. Boost the attack. Normal summon Lifeless. Send a Zep. Get to battle. Crash into that. Gozuki, send it to the Banish Zone. Hit our opponent for 15. Opponent. Our fish are coming back. Our fish are coming back. Shift back on the field. We still got Bronze Negate. Azcan gets summoned. Banish the Mizuki. Azcan come back. Banish the Snopios. Snopios come back to hand. We still have the Zep in the graveyard. Our Paces is set up for next turn. Opponent passing. We still got Baron Negate. Opponent passing. They got nothing. Let's get in for Fish Lethal with Ready Fusion. I love me the Ready Fusion. Get that Roaring Ocean Snake. Go into a level 8 Synchro. Excel Synchro Stardust. 8 makes a 10. We don't even need to do it. Let's get in for lethal damage. Lethal damage on the opponent playing zombies. Alright. We got time. We got time for one more game. Let's go. Alright, we got time for one more game. Let's get that last game in there. Opponent. Activating Pot of Prosperity. What nonsense is this? This is birds. Birds versus fish. I always say this is the ultimate matchup. The animals matchup. Opponent adding a Flounderies. Trap to hand. Slamming a Jack in the hand. Gonna reveal 3 birds. Alright, here's a trick for Jack in the hand. You always take the Rabina. If they don't reveal Rabina, then you take the other one. You take this one. Alright? Because you gotta, I mean, they get the one that you don't take, so you take the best one. Let's take that Rabina. Opponent slamming a D Fisher. Ooh, a D Fisher, very interesting. Opponent doesn't know what we're doing. Setting a single back row. Now, they have no plays, so the stealing this Rabina clearly means they don't have a second bird in hand. That is interesting. That means opponent's really relying on this D Fisher. Let's draw. Now, we have the option. We're hoping they don't have another bird in hand, but they could. So we have the option of just doing our plays, popping this, going to battle, attacking. But let's take advantage of this evenly matched. Opponent doesn't know what we're doing. If they think we're playing Tearlaments, they might think this D-Fisher is saving them. Let's go to battle. And I'm betting right now, I'm like, they're going to keep the D-Fisher. They don't know D-Fisher helps us. Opponent letting the D-Fisher, there we go. Opponent letting the D-Fisher stay on the field. Banishing their Flounderies trap, and now we show them we're playing fish. Fish don't care about being banished. In fact, they love it. And opponent knows. And they are out of here. Alright, let's go on to the deck list. Alright, here is my deck list for the Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 2023 qualifiers. We got all the beautiful fishes, and I'm going back to the Supe version. I think if you're planning to play this deck, if you want to play fish competitive, I think this is the list, alright? We got no copies of the field spell, but we got Supe, we got triple Butiniful, we got 2 Max C, we got triple Paces, we got triple Shift, triple Zep, 1 Ash Blossom, single Old Silent Angler, we got triple Lifeless Leaffish, triple Supe Duskwalker, triple Abyss Shark, triple Snopios, to sneak on in on the opponent's turn, triple Ready Fusion, we got 2 Call By, we got Crossout, we got triple Evenly, and 2 Imperm in the extra deck. We got lots of targets for Ready Fusion. We got Alvain, Essence of Vanity, level 2 tuner. We got Rare Fish. We got Sea Monster Theseus. Have not used this yet. I'm hoping one day I'm going to get a random level 5 on the field. I'm going to activate that Ready Fusion, get Sea Monster, make a level 10. It's going to happen, alright, one day. And we got Roaring Ocean Snake. We also got 2 Arion Posts. We got Stardust Dragon. We got the White Orwell. Excel. Azcan Part 2. Baron. Swords of Supreme Sovereign, Ghoti the Beyond, and the number 4 Stealth Kraken. This Stardust Dragon, not super key. The Seed Monster Theseus, not super key. If you want to cut these, play an additional Arion Post, maybe play other level 10 Synchros, also an option, but This is the best starting point, I think. I think this is the core that you want to play with. All right. Hope you liked today's video. Hope to see you again next time. Have a good night.